When Julia Roberts walked into that restaurant in Pretty Woman, all heads turned. It wasn't just the red dress. It was the radiant confidence she exuded. This Julia Roberts effect isn't exclusive to Hollywood. Have you noticed how certain women enter any environment and seem to light up everything around them, as if they carried an Instagram filter in real life? I'm Carol, and today I'll reveal that this isn't privileged genetics or the result of expensive procedures. They're small tricks any woman can apply. Subscribe now to the channel, activate the notification bell, and leave your like to transform your elegance into something truly profitable. My entire life has been a search for genuine elegance. At 39, after many mistakes and successes, I finally understood that true beauty isn't in the products celebrities try to sell us at exorbitant prices on social media. I had this revelation once when I was at home in pajamas, messy hair without a drop of makeup, and a friend told me, "Carol, you managed to look elegant, even like this." That's when I realized elegance goes far beyond brands or trends. It's a presence, an energy that emanates from inside out. Have you ever felt invisible at a party? Or on the contrary, have you experienced that magical moment when everyone seems to notice your presence? The difference between these two scenarios usually isn't in how much you spent on your look, but in small details that truly elegant women master. While watching Emily in Paris, I constantly wondered how Emily managed to look so stunning even with relatively simple choices. The secret? Subtle details that communicate refinement. Fashion magazines and influencers have a financial interest in convincing us we need the latest $300 skincare launch or that $2,000 bag to be attractive. But the truth they don't want you to know? The most transformative tricks are surprisingly simple and accessible. They're techniques that enhance your natural beauty without emptying your bank account. By the way, before we learn about these transformative secrets, I want to tell you that if you dream of traveling with elegance and sophistication without making those blunders that scream tourist, I created a special ebook, Be Elegant While Traveling, Global Etiquette for the Sophisticated Traveler. The link is pinned in the first comment for you who want to explore the world with class and confidence. Now, let's move to the 7 tricks that will instantly transform your appearance. True secrets that the world's most elegant women don't easily share. 1. Value your smile. A radiant smile is like a luxury accessory you carry for free on your face, capable of completely transforming your appearance in seconds. When Jennifer Garner smiles in interviews, have you noticed how her entire face lights up? Her eyes gain a special sparkle, her cheekbones rise, and her entire presence becomes instantly magnetic. It's no coincidence that Beverly Hills' most sought-after dentists charge fortunes to create that celebrity smile. They know scientific studies confirm that 50% of people first notice the smile when meeting someone. I confess that for years I hid my smile in photos. I had slightly crooked teeth, nothing serious, but enough to make me smile with my mouth closed on all occasions. Until I took courage and wore braces for 2 years after turning 30. I chose the transparent ones, to be more discreet in professional meetings. It was a challenging period. Anyone who has worn braces knows exactly what I'm talking about. But when I finally removed them, the change was so drastic that close friends commented on how I looked younger and more radiant. I'm not suggesting everyone rush to get braces. The point is that valuing your smile, regardless of how it is, can completely transform your presence. A simple trick? Find your best angle for smiling in front of the mirror. Practice until you find that smile that lights up your eyes. As for maintenance, regular visits to the dentist for cleaning and checkups are investments worth every penny. If you want quicker results, drugstore whitening strips can be surprisingly effective for removing light coffee or wine stains. Remember, a confident smile not only changes your external appearance, but completely transforms how you feel inside. It's a virtuous cycle. When you smile with confidence, you project a different energy, which in turn attracts more positive reactions from people around you. 2. Brighten your gaze. There's a secret that professional Hollywood makeup artists have known for decades but rarely share. The state of the white part of the eyes, the sclera, dramatically impacts the entire appearance of the face. A clear and luminous sclera instantly makes you look younger, rested, and vibrant, even without a drop of makeup. I watched all seasons of The Morning Show and became obsessed with one thing. How is it possible that Jennifer Aniston, playing a chronically sleep-deprived presenter, always appears with that crystalline and alert gaze? The answer came when I read an interview with her makeup artist, who revealed using a specific trick to brighten the whites of the eyes before filming. This is such a subtle detail that most people can't consciously identify what changed, but subconsciously everyone notices the difference. Think of the contrast: red and irritated eyes versus clear and luminous eyes. Which conveys more vitality and health? My secret to maintaining this aspect? First, constant hydration. I drink at least 2 liters of water daily, which really makes a difference in the appearance of the eyes. Second, a sacred routine of quality sleep. I know it sounds cliche, but nothing ages more quickly than accumulated sleepless nights. Now, for those days when sleep wasn't the best, happens to all of us, I have an emergency trick: specific eye drops to brighten the eyes, which I use strategically before important events. But attention, use with moderation and only on special occasions. It's not something to incorporate into the daily routine. Consult an ophthalmologist to find the safest option for your eye type. Another tip that few know: cold compress on the eyes for 5 minutes before makeup works miracles. It instantly reduces swelling, improves circulation, and makes your gaze more awake. Try keeping 2 metal spoons in the freezer. Gently press them against your closed eyes in the morning and observe the transformation. 3. The magnetic power of red. Have you ever entered a crowded restaurant and noticed how your eyes are automatically attracted to the person wearing red? It's no coincidence. There's a biological and psychological reason for this to happen. Red is the color that the human eye detects most quickly, even in peripheral vision. It's the color of passion, power, danger, and, not by chance, attraction. It was watching a behind-the-scenes interview of Big Little Lies that I had a revelation. Nicole Kidman casually commented that she always wore a specific red lipstick when she needed to feel powerful for particularly intense or vulnerable scenes. "It's like armor," she said. "Even if the character isn't wearing makeup in the final scene, I apply it before to get into the right mental state." This strategy isn't just psychological, it's scientifically proven. A fascinating study from the University of Rochester showed photos of women wearing different colors to a group of men. Invariably, the same woman when wearing red was considered significantly more attractive and desirable than when wearing other colors, even with identical clothes and poses. Another study confirmed that waitresses wearing red received bigger tips than their colleagues wearing other colors. But calm down. I'm not suggesting you go around looking like a stop sign. The secret is in strategic doses. A vibrant red lipstick can instantly elevate any look, even the most basic one. I've experienced this countless times. I might be wearing jeans and a white t-shirt, hair in a simple bun, but when I apply my favorite red lipstick, the link is in the first pinned comment, the transformation is instant and noticeable in people's reactions. If red lipstick seems intimidating to you, start with other subtle forms. Red painted nails, a red scarf tied to your bag, red shoes or accessories. Even red underwear can have a powerful psychological effect on your confidence, even if no one else sees it. The secret is finding the red tone that harmonizes with your skin undertone. Orange reds work better on skin with warm undertones, while blue-based reds favor skin with cool undertones. When you find your perfect red, it's like discovering your secret superpower. Use it in moments when you need to stand out. 4. Nude pumps to elongate the silhouette. There's a reason why fashion runways and red carpets are always full of nude shoes. They're considered the most transformative style trick for any body type and height. Heels by themselves already work wonders to realign your posture, creating a slimmer and more confident appearance. But when you add the element of nude color, the effect is practically magical. I remember perfectly watching the Met Gala when Blake Lively appeared with a stunning dress that stopped the red carpet. What fascinated me most, however, wasn't the dress itself, but how her legs seemed to extend infinitely thanks to the nude pumps perfectly matched with her skin tone. It wasn't just another tall celebrity looking tall, it was a meticulously planned optical illusion. This trick works by a simple visual principle. When your shoe blends with your skin tone, the eye doesn't detect where the leg ends and the shoe begins, creating an uninterrupted line that visually lengthens the entire silhouette. It's like a Photoshop effect in real life. I made the mistake for years of thinking black shoes were the most versatile, and I have at least 5 almost identical pairs to prove it. But when I finally invested in my first pair of pumps in the exact tone of my skin, I realized they matched absolutely everything, from casual jeans to formal dresses, and always created a more elegant and harmonious effect. The key here is finding the nude tone that exactly corresponds to your skin. There isn't a single universal nude. For lighter skin, a pinkish beige might work better. For medium skin, a caramel or medium beige. For darker skin, deep caramel, chocolate, or even a reddish brown can create this lengthening effect. My professional tip: take a photo of your ankle in natural light when buying nude shoes to ensure perfect matching. And don't worry about the format. Although the classic pump is unbeatable for formal occasions, flats, mules, and even sandals in the correct tone of your skin will work equally well for every day. And for women who, like me, aren't always willing to suffer in uncomfortable heels for hours on end. A well-chosen nude flat or loafer may not give the same vertical lengthening effect as a heel, but still creates that continuous line that visually lengthens your legs horizontally. I often say it's better to be comfortable and elegant in nude flats than uncomfortable and miserable in heels of any color. 5. Well-defined eyebrows. If the eyes are the windows to the soul, the eyebrows are the frames that define the entire picture. A truth that took me years to accept. You can have the most perfect makeup in the world, but if your eyebrows are neglected, the entire look is compromised. It's not an exaggeration to say that well-defined eyebrows can make you instantly look younger, more elegant, and with more harmonious features, even without any other makeup. I had a revelation about the transformative power of eyebrows when Emilia Clarke appeared on the red carpet after the final of Game of Thrones with significantly more filled and structured eyebrows. It was the same person, but her entire appearance had gained a new dimension, more sophisticated, more striking, and inexplicably more elegant. I was so impressed that the following week I scheduled an appointment with an eyebrow specialist. What I learned from this specialist completely changed my approach. Each face has an ideal eyebrow shape that can enhance your best traits and disguise those you prefer to minimize. More arched eyebrows can create an instant lifting effect. Straighter eyebrows can soften an angular face. Fuller eyebrows can balance stronger features. For years, I made the mistake many women make, overdoing the plucking, leaving the eyebrows too thin. When I finally stopped plucking them for 3 whole months, yes, I went through that terrible phase of uneven growth, and then had them professionally shaped, the result was like a mini lift without surgery. Friends asked me if I had done any aesthetic procedure. For those who don't have naturally thick eyebrows or have been through the trauma of overplucking in the 90s like me, there are wonderful products for filling. My revolutionary discovery was an ultra-thin tip eyebrow pencil that allows drawing small strokes that perfectly mimic natural hairs. The technique is simple. Apply with light movements, following the natural direction of the hairs, focusing on the sparser areas. A common mistake I often see: choosing a product too dark for the eyebrows. The golden rule is to select a color 1 or 2 shades lighter than your hair if you're brunette, or a shade darker if you're blonde. For redheads, coppery brown tones work better than reddish products. If you're starting on this eyebrow transformation journey, my tip is to invest in a professional consultation to define the ideal shape. Afterward, maintenance at home becomes much easier. And remember, well-done eyebrows are like an expensive pair of earrings. They instantly elevate any look, even when you're wearing no makeup at all. 6. Enhance with lipstick or gloss. I can go out without foundation, without mascara, without blush, but never without something on my lips. This phrase from the legendary makeup artist Pat McGrath perfectly summarizes the transformative power of lip products. It's fascinating how a simple product can completely change not only your look, but your mood, and even how people respond to you. Have you noticed how Asian women, known worldwide for their minimalist approach to beauty, rarely give up a touch of color on their lips? During a trip to Tokyo, I observed fascinated how many women used practically zero makeup on the rest of the face, but their lips were impeccably colored, usually in shades of red or soft pink. This contrast created an incredibly fresh and elegant look that seemed to require zero effort. I had a similar revelation watching The Queen's Gambit. The makeup artist of the series revealed in an interview that she deliberately used different lipstick shades to mark the psychological evolution of Anya Taylor-Joy's character. In moments of greater vulnerability, softer tones. When she needed to demonstrate power and confidence, more vibrant and defined tones. It was a subtle visual language that communicated the character's emotional state before any dialogue. There's a biological reason for this. The lips are naturally the most colorful part of the face, and enhancing them instantly creates an aspect of vitality and health. That's why even a simple transparent gloss can make you look more awake and vibrant when you're exhausted. I spent years looking for the perfect lipstick shade for me. You know, that one that makes you instantly look prettier without looking like you're wearing makeup. I discovered that to find your perfect nude, yes, there is one for every woman. The secret is to observe the natural color of your lips and choose a tone just slightly more intense. This creates that your lips, just better effect that seems extremely natural but makes all the difference. For those afraid of more intense colors like I was, start by applying the lipstick with light taps of your finger instead of applying it directly. This creates a softer effect, as if your lips were naturally more flushed. Another technique that revolutionized my relationship with lipsticks. Apply a little in the center of the lips and spread outward with your finger. It creates a supernatural gradient effect. And for days when you need an instant confidence boost but have no time, a creamy lipstick in a medium pink tone applied not only on the lips, but also lightly on the cheekbones, yes, like an improvised blush, creates a harmonious and cohesive look in seconds. I left a complete list of my favorite lipsticks for different occasions in the first pinned comment, from the perfect nude for work meetings to the infallible red for special dinners. 7. Eye contact and smile. This last trick may seem the simplest of all, but it's possibly the most powerful and completely free. Body language, especially eye contact and smile, have an almost magical impact on how others perceive your beauty and presence. I had an epiphany about this watching How to Get Away with Murder. Actress Viola Davis, playing the relentless lawyer Annalise Keating, demonstrates extraordinary mastery in the use of eye contact. Even in the most tense and vulnerable scenes, her character maintains an intense and deliberate eye contact that conveys power, authenticity, and complete command of the situation. No wonder this series left me obsessed. I was unconsciously studying how a powerful woman occupies her space through gaze. Genuine eye contact acts as an invisible magnet for human connections. It communicates confidence, sincerity, and interest, intrinsically attractive qualities in any social context. But attention, I'm not talking about staring fixedly at people. That would be scary. I'm referring to conscious, warm, and authentic eye contact. I always considered myself an extroverted person, but I realized that in nervous situations, I had the habit of looking away or fixing my gaze on my phone, exactly when eye contact would be most important. I then began to practice consciously. In work meetings, in conversations with the coffee barista, even in casual interactions in the elevator. The difference in the responses I received was surprising and immediate. Think about the last parties or social events you attended. Who were the people who naturally attracted attention? I bet they weren't necessarily the most beautiful in the conventional sense, but those who demonstrated presence, smiling with genuineness, making eye contact, conveying an accessible and warm energy. I did a small social experiment at a corporate cocktail party. I spent the first hour deliberately avoiding prolonged eye contact, maintaining a neutral expression, and checking my phone occasionally, behaviors I see many women unconsciously adopting. In the second hour, I completely changed. I put away the phone, maintained conscious eye contact with each person I talked to, and smiled authentically. The difference in interactions was astronomical. In the first hour, I was hardly noticed. In the second, I had meaningful conversations and received 3 invitations for professional meetings. The smile, when combined with eye contact, creates a powerful synergy that literally lights up your face. It's like turning on an internal light. Your eyes seem brighter, your face more youthful, your energy more magnetic. It's a trick that works even on days when you're not feeling particularly confident. An important detail. I'm talking about authentic smiles, those that involve the eyes, the famous Duchenne smiles, not fake or forced smiles that stay only in the mouth. The difference is subtle, but we can all instinctively perceive a genuine smile, and it's only this type that has the transformative power I'm describing. If you feel uncomfortable with prolonged eye contact, start practicing with close people or in brief interactions. The trick is to find the balance between being attentive without being invasive. Something between 3 to 5 seconds of direct eye contact before a brief look away is generally comfortable for most Western cultures. Remember that true beauty comes from within. Learning to feel more beautiful even on days of low self-esteem involves valuing and highlighting the attributes that make you unique. Each woman has her own beauty and characteristics that she admires in herself. The most important thing is to recognize and celebrate these qualities. Now I want to hear from you. Which of today's tips did you find most impactful? Have you already applied any of them? Share your experience in the comments. And of course, the bonus tip that makes all the difference: confidence. If you liked this video, leave your like and subscribe to the channel for more content about fashion, elegance, and femininity. Activate the notification bell to not miss any of our videos. See you soon!